हाय।
हाय अभिजीत।
ज्ञानसुन मॉडरेटर
अपना रिक्वेस्ट। हाँ, मॉडरेटर बना।
कहाँ ज्ञानसु को ऐड कर।
आई हैव सेंड द इनविटेशन एक्चुअली।
हाय अंशुल।
हेलो अंशुल।
हाँ, क्या हाल है?
बस
बढ़िया।
बढ़िया।
नेट
अरे
सही
अभी
चल
ज्वाइन क्या?
हम्म नेट सही चल रहा है।
हाँ मेरा तो सही चल रहा है, तुम्हारा देख लो।
नेट तो अभी तो
ठीक है।
सही चल रहा है।
Yes,
या बैक कैमरा सर।
बैक कैमरा।
I'm not seen.
नो सर,
नो।
बैक बैक कैमरा अभी।
Wait. Yeah,
हाँ डन सर।
got it.
नमस्ते सर।
Namaste. नमस्ते।
सर शुड वी स्टार्ट?
Yeah, all of
तो
you are
सभी
ready.
को या सभी को नमस्कार। और जितने लोग भी लाइव सेशन में आए हैं मैं उनका स्वागत भी करती हूँ। मैं संगीता सिंह भोपाल से, अंशुल देहरादून से, अभिजीत गुजरात से, हम तीनों राजकुमार सर का स्वागत करते हैं जो सर है आज के सेशन के। एंड वी आर रियली थैंकफुल एंड ग्रेटफुल कि सर आपने ये चांस दिया लाइव सेशन करने का। इन ऑर्डर टू इंट्रोड्यूस राजकुमार सर, Rajkumar sir is associate professor and HOD of Roga Nidana and Vikruti Vigyana department, Government of Puducherry, Mahi. Sir has done MD from NIA Jaipur and PhD from Rajasthan Ayurveda University Jodhpur. सर ने पहली बार जो है कि टाइप 1 हाइपर सेंसिटिविटी के डायग्नोस्टिक प्रिंसिपल को एक्सप्लोर किया था अपने एमडी के थीसिस में। एंड इन द हिस्ट्री ऑफ आयुर्वेदा आई वुड से कि सर ने जो है प्राइमरी हाइपरटेंशन के साइंस बेस्ड एविडेंस बेस्ड जो है कि डायग्नोस्टिक प्रिंसिपल को और ट्रीटमेंट गाइडलाइंस को एक्सप्लोर किया था। आई गेस सर की शायद वही मेहनत है कि जो हम शायद आज इस स्टेज पे इतनी कम उम्र में भी जो है कि बैठ के पेशेंट्स को ट्रीट कर पा रहे हैं जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ योर वर्क। Sir is a disciple of late वैद्य भूषण राघवन सर। सर ने 2000 में जामनगर में इंटरनेशनल सेमिनार में सर को जो है कि गोल्ड मेडल से नवाजा गया था और बेस्ट स्पीकर का अवार्ड भी मिला था। सर ने जो है कि बहुत सारे सीएमईज में लेक्चर्स दिए हैं और नेशनल और इंटरनेशनल जो है कि सेमिनार्स में अपना पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन भी किया है। सर ने मैम की बुक डॉक्टर रम्या कृष्णन मैम की बुक एविडेंस बेस्ड आयुर्वेदा एंड रैशनल प्रिस्क्राइबिंग में भी कंट्रीब्यूशन दिया था। सर ने हेल्थ केयर के टॉपिक्स को बहुत ही माध्यम से जो है कि लोगों तक पहुंचाने का, जैसे कि टीवी न्यूज डेलीज और मैगजीन के द्वारा सर ने अपनी बातों को पहुंचाया है। sir or ma'am, Dr. Rajkumar sir and Dr. Ramya ma'am, they are doing SBBS CMEs all over India with the objective of transforming Vaidyas from medicine prescriber to medicine prescriber status to Bhishak, under the slogan Bharat Mission Bhishak. सर जो है कि प्रोफेशनल बांसुरी वादक भी हैं, जिन्होंने जो है कि इनोवेटिव टेक्निक ऑफ ट्रांसलेटिंग द बेसिक प्रिंसिपल ऑफ आयुर्वेदा इनटू कार्नेटिक म्यूजिक जो है कि इंट्रोड्यूस किया फॉर बेस्ट एंड ऑन टारगेट रिजल्ट इन ट्रीटमेंट। सर ने नाथ संजीवनी प्रोग्राम में भी जो है कि टीवी चैनल एशियन नेट पे अपना प्रेजेंटेशन दिया था ऑन म्यूजिक थेरेपी। सर इज ऑल्सो ग्रेडेड बांसुरी वादक इन ऑल इंडिया रेडियो। विथ ऑल दैट सर की जो एसेंस है बुक जो हमें मिली है सर की मेहनत, दैट इज द अनवेलिंग द ट्रूथ इन आयुर्वेदा with the objective to kindle the true scientific instinct in the brain of every Vaidya and thus enable him to uplift from the status of medicine prescriber Vaidya to Bhishak. So with all that, sir, we all three wholeheartedly welcome you in this live session.
Thank you.
नमस्ते सर।
Om Shri Guruve Namaha.
श्री गुरुवे नमः।
With the blessings of Guru and God, let this mission be successful. Congratulations and all the best for this initiative. Anyway,
Yes, sir.
students have initiated this. That's a big thing. That's a great thing. All the best. Let God bless us all for this success of this mission.
थैंक यू सर। सर इस सेशन का जो हमारा टॉपिक है कि हाउ टू लर्न टू अंडरस्टैंड आयुर्वेदा, ठीक है, तो मैं एक चीज बोलना चाहूंगी कि यहाँ पे सिलेबस का कोर्स नहीं है, बट यस हाउ टू लर्न आयुर्वेदा जरूर यहाँ पे सीखने को मिलेगा। तो बिफोर गोइंग टू ऑन टॉपिक, एक मैंने कल जो है कि सोशल मीडिया पे क्वेश्चन पूछा था कि क्वालिटी एजुकेशन आयुर्वेद में क्या होनी चाहिए, प्रोफेशनल जो कोर्स है वो कैसा क्वालिटी होना चाहिए उसका। तो बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स का रिप्लाई भी आया था। उससे पहले मैं अंशुल से उसकी राय लेना चाहूंगी कि क्वालिटी एजुकेशन इन आयुर्वेदा सिस्टम में उसका क्या पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है। अंशुल।
नमस्ते सर, वेलकम ऑन। सबसे पहले तो जो फ्रेशर्स फर्स्ट ईयर, सेकेंड ईयर, थर्ड ईयर, फोर्थ ईयर बीएमएस स्कॉलर्स ने ज्वाइन किया है, मैं उनके लिए एक मैसेज देना चाहता हूं कि आप इस सेशन को इस तरीके से देखिए कि आपने फर्स्ट ईयर से लेके जो लास्ट ईयर तक अभी तक जितना भी आयुर्वेद पढ़ा है, आपका उस पर एक क्वेश्चन मार्क आना चाहिए कि आपने सही तरीके से पढ़ा है कि नहीं पढ़ा है। या जो फ्रेशर्स हैं जो अभी अभी जस्ट ज्वाइन किया उन्होंने बीएमएस, वो ये सोचे कि जो हमारे सब्जेक्ट्स हैं पदार्थ विज्ञान, संस्कृत, अष्टांग, हमें इन्हें कैसे पढ़ना है, हमें इंटरेस्ट भी आएगा इनमें, या हमें किस तरीके से अपनाना है इन सब चीजों को क्लिनिकली। तो ये सेशन में आपको हर चीज सुनने को मिलेगी और आपके मन में सवाल भी उठने चाहिए कि हम जो पढ़ रहे हैं हम उसे अप्लाई कैसे करेंगे, या हम पढ़े ही जा रहे हैं बस, मतलब किस लिए पढ़ रहे हैं हम। तो आप सब सवाल पूछना, जो जो टॉपिक पे हम अभी चर्चा करेंगे और सर जो क्वेश्चन के आंसर देंगे उन पे भी आपके सवाल उठने चाहिए। और जितने भी आपके सवाल उठेंगे आप कमेंट सेक्शन में शेयर कर सकते हो। और जैसे अभी संगीता ने बताया कि क्वालिटी ऑफ एजुकेशन इन आयुर्वेद, तो मैं एक एग्जांपल दे सकता हूँ इसमें कि जैसे आज बहुत एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल है कि एक नॉर्मल फास्ट फूड सेंटर पे जिसके राजमा चावल का स्टॉल है जिसके यहाँ, तो उन लोगों को तक राजमा चावल अच्छे से बनाते आते हैं, मतलब कि अगर राजमा चावल में थोड़ा सा नमक ज्यादा हो जाए तो वो ठीक कर सकते हैं। पर आज की आयुर्वेद की स्थिति ये है कि आयुर्वेद डॉक्टर्स को आयुर्वेद मेडिसिन प्रिस्क्राइब कैसे करनी है, अगर डोज ज्यादा हो जाए तो करना क्या है, अगर डायग्नोसिस अच्छे से नहीं बना पाए तो क्या करेंगे, ये लोग डायरेक्टली एलोपैथ पे रेफर कर देते हैं। तो ये स्थिति है आज हमारी कम्युनिटी की। और क्वालिटी ऑफ एजुकेशन ऐसा है कि कोई स्टूडेंट फर्स्ट ईयर में आता है तो वो अंडर कॉन्फिडेंट रहता है, वो सेकंड में आता है तब भी वो वैसा रहता है, फोर्थ में आने के बाद वो एमडी की तैयारी करता है, फिर एमडी में अंडर कॉन्फिडेंट रहता है। तो इस स्थिति को कोई एक नाम नहीं दिया जा सकता, मैं बस एक शब्द ही बोलूंगा जो आचार्य चरक ने भी बताई है, असमर्थता। असमर्थता भय कारणम, सबके अंदर एक भय है अलग ही कि हम सीखेंगे कैसे, हम पढ़ेंगे कैसे, हम जानेंगे कैसे। और वो इसलिए है क्योंकि आज तक उन्हें उस तरीके से पढ़ाया नहीं गया है, और जिनको पढ़ाया गया है वो बहुत कम है। तो हम ये माध्यम से हम जान सकते हैं लाइक कि जो सेशंस हो रहे हैं अभी, जो सीरीज वाइज सेशंस चलेंगे, कि हम कैसे रिफॉर्म कर सकते हैं और हम कैसे अवेयर हो सकते हैं। तो अब मेरा सवाल अभिजीत से है, आपकी क्या राय है इस पे?
गुड इवनिंग टू एवरीवन सर। तो ये क्वेश्चन का जवाब मैं एक क्वेश्चन से ही देना चाहता हूँ कि मतलब जितने भी अभी व्यूअर्स है, मेरे दोस्त है, जो भी कोई देख रहा है, मैं सब एक ऑनेस्ट क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहता हूँ कि ये 5 साल के बाद भी आप एक परफेक्ट फिजिशियन नहीं बन पा रहे, अपना फीवर भी ट्रीट नहीं कर पा रहे, कोई भी आयुर्वेद स्टूडेंट मोस्टली एक हेडेक भी ठीक नहीं कर पा रहे, और इधर से उधर सीखने के लिए जा रहे हैं, पर जो रूट क्वेश्चन है, कोई भी रूट क्वेश्चन पे जाना नहीं चाहता कि क्यों ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है, क्यों हो रहा है हमारे साथ, कि मतलब ये क्वेश्चन सबको पूछना चाहिए कि हम परफेक्ट फिजिशियन क्यों नहीं बन सकते 5 साल के बाद भी। तो बस यही है कि ऐसे बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन आते हैं लोगों को कि मतलब कैसे ट्रीट किया जाए, कैसे प्रकृति देखी जाए, खुद की प्रकृति हम नहीं देख सकते, तो एक बहुत अच्छी बात नहीं है ये। तो बस इसीलिए हमको ये लाइव सेशन की जरूरत लगी, और सर आप इस पे थोड़ा क्लियर कर दीजिए कि हम जैसे स्टूडेंट्स के पास से जो क्वेश्चन आएंगे वो आपको रखेंगे, तो आप
Yeah,
क्लियर कर।
definitely.
हाँ सर, ओके, इट्स अप टू यू संगीता।
Thank you, Anshul and Abhijit. Actually, they both have given very much insight to this question कि quality education क्या होनी चाहिए। मेरी भी ऐसी ही राय है कि जब मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि जब मैं मतलब बीएमएस क्लास में बैठी रहती थी, तो मुझे ऐसा लगता था यार एक टॉपिक को 4 प्रोफेसर 4 अलग तरीके से बता के क्यों जा रहे हैं। Why there is so much confusion between them only? या तो उन्हें ही नहीं आता ये क्या है ऐसा कि, तो वो मुझे ऐसा लगता था कभी कभी मैं अपनी इंटेलिजेंस पे डाउट करने लगती थी कि क्या मेरा ही इंटेलिजेंस कम है, दैट आई एम नॉट एबल टू ग्रास्प व्हाट दे आर सेइंग। तो एक सेल्फ डाउट बीएमएस लेके आ रहा है अनवांटेडली, दे आर लाइक वो सेल्फ डाउट लेके आ रहे हैं बच्चे के मन के अंदर कि 5 साल के बाद भी यू आर यूजलेस। सो वो एक ही चीज से मिटाई जा सकती है, दैट इज नॉलेज ऑफ करेक्ट एजुकेशन एंड विजडम। सो इन ऑर्डर टू दैट सर, जो मेरे पास बहुत सारे जो है कि आए हैं रिप्लाईज, क्या मैं पढ़ूं सर जो जिन्होंने बोला है?
You can brief that so that we will.
सर इफ आई विल ब्रीफ दैट, तो सबका यही एक पॉइंट है कि जो एक प्रैक्टिकल अप्रोच जो है कि जो हम टेक्स्ट में पढ़ते हैं और प्रैक्टिकल अप्रोच, दे बोथ आर डिफरेंट, फर्स्ट थिंग। And also there is no standardization. Some also has asked that Ayurveda medicines are so costly. Can I practice in a small town? People think like this also. No quality education. Obviously, they have said that. So in short, sir, actually the scientificity in also diagnosis, in way of diagnosis, they are very much confused that ki like the way people Vaidyas diagnose different Vaidyas diagnose different kinds of diseases. So this gives us a very much unclarity about our own science. So in short, that what we learn in our test and what we see in the practice are totally different, and that's why they all lack the confidence.
Yeah. Basic thing is that professional course which is intended to produce Pishak is not sufficient, or it's not potent enough to produce Pishak. That's why people are not confident. They are practicing mixopathy. They are going for other treatments. They are searching for other jobs. After 5 years of BAMS, many are going for PSC. They are appearing for PSC tests. So that itself shows that students are not confident after completing their BAMS. That is the biggest example in which students are not getting that their deserving professional education with which they are becoming a expert or Pishak in this society. So society is not getting sufficient service of Ayurveda community. So Ayurveda, now the present mode of learning, understanding, teaching, research, everything is wrong. So from the basics itself, everything is wrong. And government itself has is conducting some RAV courses, like 1 year course after BMS. By age and experience, they are selecting this RAV experts, and they can learn from those RAV experts. What they haven't learned from this 5 years, what they are going to learn from RAV course is going to help them. So is this the way a professional course is to be conducted? So from the basics, from the syllabus, from the teaching, from learning, from uh, all the basics up to the final thing, there should be a paradigm shift. Transformation should be there. Then only that Ayurveda community can serve the society, and it will get its deserving dignity. Yeah.
So true, sir. Actually, so in order to that only, we have started this series of session, how to learn to understand Ayurveda. So this is just first episode, and we will start our session with our first question, a very basic question. What is Ayurveda? Like our text, our main text like Brihatri and Lagutri are there. Then why we are supposed to learn Padartha Vijnana Sanskrit in first year, sir?
Ayurveda, you all know science because you might be learning science from your school days. Science is that which can be demonstrated and or it can be verified, and they are demonstrable truths of natural phenomena. So, only science is applicable to natural phenomena that you might have learned. So physics is a science, chemistry, maths, or all these are pure sciences. Pure sciences means they will be understanding the truths regarding natural phenomena. So it is not, and another branch is applied science. Ayurveda is a science because it's based on the principle of Swabhava, nature, and Swabhava is being analyzed. Laws of nature are being estimated and methods to regulate the nature are explained in Ayurvedic science. So it is both pure science as well as applied science. It has got both the fundamentals as well as ways to apply the science in subjects. It's mentioned as Ayushyani, Anayushyani, Dravya Guna Karmani, Vededi iti Ayurveda. Ayushyani, Anayushyani. What all factors are affecting Ayus, life. So nature of life as well as the factors which affect or influence life processes are explained in Ayurveda. So it is not mere pure science or fundamental science or natural science. It is applied fundamental natural pure science. So Shastyadi idi Shastra. That which teaches, that which guides is Shastra. So ours is Shastra. Shastra is applied, fundamental, natural, pure science. And science just means that it is exploration of truths regarding nature or natural phenomena. And Ayurvedic science explores all the truths regarding natural phenomena, and we have logics to apply that on subjects to maintain their normalcy or natural state, or if there is any alteration in their natural state, there are methods to bring it back to its normal state by the logics of the science and in a natural way. So that is the peculiarity of Ayurvedic science. So it is deterministic science. Physics, applied science, applied physics is different, applied mathematics is different, applied biology is not there. Applied biology is not there because the fundamentals are explained, but the nature of those things are not explained with the logics. So laws of nature is not explained in biology. So in Western system, there is only probabilistic studies. So they will make a hypothesis, they will test in so many patients, randomized controlled trial will be conducted, and they will be reaching a conclusion, which is termed as theories. So in Ayurveda, it's theorems. Theorems means siddhantas. established cause mechanism effect relationship is Siddhanta. Hetupur stapyade nirnayah. Parikshagir bahuvidham parikshya. Hetupur sadhayitva stapyade nirnayah is Siddhanta. So Ayurveda comprises of deterministic things. So it is concluded things which are done by our preceptors by conducting several experiments, observation, experiments, and experiences. They have made the logics. They have deciphered the logics, and these siddhantas are made, and adeshas, upadeshas, nirdeshas, and so many other things are there in the science with which we could apply. There are principles and practices which are upadeshas, nirdeshas are there, indications, contraindications, and adeshas, rules and regulations are there, and how to apply the method with which we can apply those logics are also mentioned. So Shastra or Ayurveda Shastra, which is otherwise called Agama or Aptopadesha, is far, far superior than what they mention as science. Because we have the laws of nature with us. So with which we can identify, we can regulate or control the internal environment with logics applied, pertinently applied logics. And that is Ayurvedic science. And Padartha Vijnana, when we come to that, before that, we should know about Sanskrit learning also, because the language used in Ayurveda is Sanskrit. So, how far you are benefited with Sanskrit, learning of Sanskrit in the first year, in the following years? Abhijit,
No, sir.
what do you feel?
Sir, बहुत
You are
practically
able to apply?
yes. No.
Lekhu
Subhas,
Siddhanta
no,
Kaumudi
sir.
or Shabda Rupa, Dhatu Rupa, etc. you have learned.
Yes, we learn, but we are not able to apply.
Yeah. The method of teaching Sanskrit, we are not going to become expert in Sanskrit. So what we need to learn, that is to be taught. Actually, when we are entering itself, we will be taught so many things in Sanskrit. Shabdarupa will be taught, and so many other things will be taught with different examples, like Balaha Kridati, Balaha Kridanti. Instead of that, if we learn Vayu-Pitta Kapasedi, Trayodosha Samasada, Vikrita Avikrita Deham, Khandite Vartendi. So Doshaha Varteti, Doshaha Vartendi. If we learn that example, instead of Balaha Kridati, Balaha Kridanti, if we learn Doshaha Varteti, Doshaha Vartendi. So you will be learning science as well as Sanskrit. If you learn Sandhi Vicheda from science itself, Kurya Chigilsidam. So how will you split? Sandhi Vicheda we can learn from science itself. Shesha Dosha Avirodhe. How will you learn? Sandhi Vicheda. So whatever you are learning in Sanskrit, that should be from Ayurveda slokas. So you will be learning science along with Sanskrit, or Sanskrit along with science. So when first year itself, when you are taught Sanskrit, Lekhu Siddhanta Kaumudi, Shabda Rupa, and so many other things, you will be far deviated from your professional objective. You are joining Ayurveda college to become Ayurveda doctors. So when Sanskrit is taught in a different way by Sanskrit teachers, which is no way connected to Ayurveda. So many Raghumsa slokas, so many Supashita slokas, so many other slokas when taught, you will not be able to apply anything which you are learning in Sanskrit in Ayurveda slokas. So always questions should be from slokas and also Anvaya. So if you learn making Anvayas from Ayurvedic slokas itself, or from Sutra Sthana, you can take slokas. Like Ushprana Alpa Balatvena Thadu Madhyam Apachitam Dushtam Amashegatam Rasam Amam Prachakshade. So Ushprana Alpa Balatvena. Thadu madhyam apachidam dushtam amashegadam rasam amam prajakshade. If you learn in Anvaya making, so for whomsoever if you ask what is ama, they will be first telling that it is Sakti Mandya. Because the sloka starts with Ushmano Alpa Balatvena. So it is Agni Mandya, they will be saying. But actually, when you learn Anvaya, Adyam Thadum Amam Prajakshade. So Adyam Thadum is to be kept along with Amam. So Amam is Adyam Thadum. Apachidam Adyam Thadum. Dushtam Amasegadam Apachidam Adyam Thadum Amam Prajakshade. If that Anvaya is made and taught. So Ayurvedic learning will be proper, as well as they will be learning what is needed for Ayurveda. Sanskrit, what is needed for Ayurveda, they will be learning. So that is the basic first thing that happens in Sanskrit learning. So from Sanskrit learning itself, it has to change. The syllabus has to change. It has to be based on Ayurvedic slokas, teaching, as well as questions also should come from Ayurvedic slokas. And regarding Padartha Vijnana, you have all learned Padartha Vijnana. Its application, Anshul, what do you think?
Yes, sir.
How far you are able to understand Padartha Vijnana in and apply in other years, like second year, final year, when you learned Chikitsa? How far you are able to apply?
I'm not able to apply. Like एग्जाम्पल ये है सर, जैसे मैं पहले ये सोचता था फर्स्ट सेकंड ईयर में कि बहुत ज्यादा नीड है एक इसकी वैशेषिक दर्शन की, सांख्य दर्शन की, वहीं से आयुर्वेद की उत्पत्ति हुई है। लेकिन धीरे धीरे फर्स्ट सेकंड थर्ड ईयर में ये समझ में आया कि जो षट पदार्थ है, जो द्रव्य है, गुण है, कर्म है, हमें वो सब चीजें संहिता में भी दी हुई है। तो जरूरत क्या है? तो अभी भी एक क्वेश्चन मार्क है कि एक्चुअल में जरूरत है भी कि नहीं है। तो अभी भी मैं सोच ही रहा हूँ उसके
Yeah,
बारे में।
completing BMS also, students are not able to answer what is Padartha or what is the objective of Padartha Vijnana, right? Sangeeta, what do you say?
Sir, yes, sir, obviously. I never understand that.
Actually, Padartha means the subject
सर
matter of the
आपकी
science.
हो रही है।
Voice is
Pardon?
echoing. Which side? From whom side voice is echoing?
सर
Audible? Any problem?
Now it is clear?
Audible? Am I audible?
Everybody please mute their mic and then again start the mic. Let's see if
Yes.
any differences come.
सर आपका वॉइस इको हो रहा है, मेरा भी हो रहा है।
Huh? Audible?
कोई इको सर।
Not
Okay.
audible.
सबके माइक बंद कर दो जो बोल रहा है उसके सिवा।
Abhijit, you have muted your mic?
Audible?
यस सर। हाँ, म्यूट कर रहा हूँ मेरा माइक। सर प्लीज कंटिन्यू।
Able to hear? Audible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
Sir.
Anshul?
यस सर।
Yeah. Padartha means subject of or topic topic of Ayurveda or subject matter of Ayurveda is Padartha Vijnana. So, what is the subject of Ayurveda?
No, sir.
Ayurveda, what is the subject? Subject of Ayurveda is Ayus, right?
Yeah,
So,
Ayurveda, Ayurveda.
so subject of Ayurveda is Ayus, and um, the laws of nature is Padartha Vijnana. Sarvada Sarva Bhavanam Samanyam Vritti Karanam. Rasa Hedur Visheshasya Pravarti Rupesya. So these laws of nature are explained with Samanya Vishesha, Dravya Guna Karma, Samavaya. So these are the 6 padarthas. The 6 padarthas help to understand, help to explore, help to treat or apply. So all these are helped by these laws of nature, Samanyam, Vishesham, and Dravya Guna Karma. Gunas are present in Dravya. Guna yukta Dravyeshu, Sharireshu Vepi Te Tatha. So same gunas are present in Dravyas, external factors. Same gunas are present in Sharira also. So Sthana Vritti Kshayas Tasmad Dravya Hetuga. So always Dravya is responsible for, but Dravya is situated in, Guna is situated in Dravya. Its application is Karma. So Dravya Guna Karma and Samanyam Vritti Karanam and Vishesha is Hrasa Ketu. So based on this, all the Siddhantas, Upadeshas, Nirdeshas, Adeshas and Pramanas are made in Ayurveda. So the basic thing with which Ayurveda is made is this Padartha Vijnana. So subject matter which explores the laws of nature is Padartha Vijnana. So when we are learning Sankhya Darshana, Vaisheshika Darshana, Nyaya Darshana, and along with that, when we learn some Ayurvedic slokas, we will not be able to understand anything. What is the application? What is Padartha Vijnana in Ayurveda? The subject matter of Ayurveda is Padartha Vijnana. So subject matter is Ayus, and it is nature of life as well as all the factors, nature of all the factors that influence or affect life processes is Ayurveda. Hidahidam Sukha Dukkha Ayu, Tasya Hidahidam Manam Cha Tachetroktam, Ayurveda Suchyati. So there are 4 nature of Ayus. Hidahida Ayus, Sukha Dukkha Ayus. So these are the nature of Ayus or life. Chaitanya Vritti is Ayus. So life is of 4 types, nature of life and all the factors that are affecting Hida Ahidam, which are favorable, which are not favorable, which are wholesome, which are unwholesome. And Manam Cha Tachetroktam Ayurveda Sauchyate. So for that, various Karya Karana Siddhantas are there, Upadeshas, principles, indications, contraindications, protocols, guidelines, and rules and regulations and logics, pramanas to apply that. All these are deciphered from this padarthas, laws of nature. Padarthas explain the laws of nature. Samanya, Vishesha, Dravya, Guna, Karma, and Samavaya. So instead of learning from the perspective of Ayurveda, if you learn Sankhya Darshana or many other darshanas, there it is mentioned as philosophy. Philosophy is that which cannot be demonstrated. Ayurveda is everything is demonstrable. Starting from Pancha Mahabhuta is Bahyendriya Grahya Vishesha Gunavatvam Bhudatvam. That which could be percepted is Bhuda. So Pancha Mahabhuta, it is made up of Pancha Mahabhuta means it is perceptible. It could be demonstrated. So it could be reproduced. So whatever is mentioned for research, everything could be done with science. But nothing can be proved or nothing can be demonstrated by philosophy. So that is the difference between philosophy and science. Philosophy, nothing can be demonstrated or experimentation cannot be done. Science, everything could be experimented, observed, experienced, and reproduced, demonstrable. Everything is demonstrable. So when we take philosophy of Sankhya Darshana, Vaisheshika Darshana, and when we try to apply in Ayurvedic science, you will be nowhere. You cannot learn anything. Whatever is needed for Ayurvedic science, if you just learn that, you will remember lifelong. That's it. So Padartha Vijnana and Sanskrit should be made as basic paper 1, 2, and 3. When you are learning Ashtanga Hridaya also, it can be made as paper 3. So change the curriculum. Everything is clinical now. There is no non-clinical subject in Ayurveda, because our objective of Ayurveda is Swasthasya Swasthya Rakshana,
आतुरस्य
Aturasya
विकार
Vikara Prasamana. So everything is clinical. We need not think the basic principle as a different thing, or physiology as different, or Paishajya Kalpana is different. It is non-clinical, or Dravya is non-clinical. It's not like that. All subjects in Ayurveda should be clinical. Then only they will be getting a professional education. Otherwise, Sanskrit, you are not going to become Sanskrit BA or MA or Sanskrit Pandit, or you are not going to become a philosopher by learning Padartha Vijnana. You just need to know what is needed in Ayurveda, right? So if you are far diverted from what is needed, you will not get what is needed in learning Ayurveda or exploring Ayurveda or practicing Ayurveda. Now, the present trend is people don't study anything. They can write everything in English and they will get pass marks. And further study is not possible because they didn't get properly the Sanskrit education what is needed. They will be learning lit, lot, lirt, but everything is mentioned in Vithiling. So if they don't know Vithiling, then what use of learning all these other things? So everything in science, in Ayurvedic Shastra, is explained as Vithiling. So what is the significance of that Vithiling? That is to be taught. So after learning Sanskrit for one or 1.5 years, they will not be knowing the application of these things. If needed, all these could be taught in PG. When they are to become teachers, faculties, they need to know Sanskrit in so much detail so that they can teach in a proper way. So first year subjects itself, basic principle or fundamentals should be paper 1, 2, and 3, Sanskrit or the basics, Padartha Vijnana, whatever it is, with Siddhanta, Upadesha, Nirdesha, etc. And paper 3 can be Ashtanga Hridaya or Ashtanga Sangraha.
So, sir, you mean to say कि हमें पदार्थ विज्ञान को like for पदार्थ विज्ञान संस्कृत अष्टांग हमें उसको चेंज करके एक फंडामेंटल सब्जेक्ट जहाँ पे पेपर 1, 2, 3 या संस्कृत पदार्थ है
उसका practicals भी रखना है.
Yeah.
Then only they will realize that this is a science.
Actually, so मतलब that philosophy section has to be cut from Padartha Vijnana.
Actually, it is not there in Ayurveda. It is
obviously
related to Sankhya Darshana, Vaisheshika Darshana, Nyaya Darshana, etc. Those philosophical aspects. Ayurveda objective is Swasthasya Swasthya Rakshana, Aturasya Vikara Prasamana. What is needed for that? Sarvada Sarva Bhavanam Samanyam Vritti Karanam Thasa Hetu Visheshasya Ayushyani Anayushyani Dravya Guna Karmani Vededi iti Ayurveda. So what is practical? What is to be done in patient? What is to be done to maintain homeostasis and health? That only need to be learned. Otherwise, they will be confused. One thing, when they are made confusions are made in first year itself. Their fundamentals are lost. Then further second year, third year, they will be just mugging up something and writing for exams. And final outcome, they will never become efficient.
Yes.
That is what is happening nowadays.
Sir, people say that about Tantra Yukti, sir. Any point of view, sir, you want to share on Tantra Yukti, that without Tantra Yukti, you can't learn and understand Ayurveda? People used to say this.
Yeah, Tantra Yukti is how that Tantra is made, how that Shastra is.
Sir, your voice is echoing in comment section. Please mute and again restart.
Yeah, breaking. Audible?
Audible?
Echo? Echo is there?
Yeah.
Audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Audible?
But
Clear.
we are not getting echo. I don't know how people are getting echo.
I just asked whether echo is heard.
Sir, go, sir.
Yeah,
Proceed, sir.
Done, sir.
continue. Actually, how the science is made. So, based on that, you have to interpret the meanings. What is mentioned as upaya. Right? Atasya pragratam bhutva. Desha kala antarani. Tantra kartur apiprayan upayamsha arthamadishet. How to explore a meaning. So, meaning is explored by understanding how that tantra is made. So, in some places, some factors will be given more importance. Roga sarve bhi mande akno. So, in one chapter, it is said as Roga sarve bhi mande akno. Mandakni is causing all the diseases. So, people will think that all the diseases we have to do Deepana first because Mandakni is causing. But it is not to be understood like that. In Vega chapter, now Vegan Dharaniyam, Roga Anutpadaniyam chapter. All the diseases are due to Vega Udirana Dharana. So it is mentioned in Vega chapter that all diseases are due to Vega Udirana Dharana. So in all diseases we need to do Vega Udirana Dharana or not. So it is not like in one place it is mentioned like this and you have to take its literal meaning that all diseases are only due to Vega Udirana Dharana or Agni Mandya. So there are certain rules to be followed to how to understand. That is Tantra Yukti. So, if somebody can teach you, it is mentioned as Dakshas Tirthatha Shastrarthu. Shastrartha should be learned from a guru or who has already comprehended the science and started applying those things, and who is Shastrartha Karma, who has been doing such a pishak or such a teacher should explain what is the meaning, exact meaning. So, Tantra Yukti is to decipher the meaning of Shastra. So, that is the importance. So, Tantra Yukti is needed to understand from a science, from that Tantra, that Shastra.
Hello. Sorry for.
Anyone else have any question?
Yes, I have question, sir. सर
Yeah.
आप समझा दिया पदार्थ विज्ञान संस्कृत सिलेबस मतलब इतना वो सिस्टमेटिक नहीं है तो अभी फर्स्ट ईयर के
बिल्कुल नहीं.
तो
That's what.
फर्स्ट ईयर के
Shabda Rupa, etc. should be learned with Ayurvedic slokas.
ओके नाउ सर
Yeah.
फर्स्ट ईयर स्टूडेंट को अभी अप्रोच कैसा रखना चाहिए संस्कृत और पदार्थ विज्ञान और संहिता मतलब जो सब्जेक्ट्स है फर्स्ट ईयर के उसके लिए
Whatever it is there, that anatomy, physiology, and the fundamentals should be 3 papers, so that Sanskrit could be learned in paper 1, Padartha Vijnana and related basic things could be learned in second paper, and third paper you can make it as Ashtanga Sangraha or Ashtanga Hridaya.
सर कैन थोड़ा शॉर्ट में बता सकते हो बेसिक थिंग्स कौन सी है पदार्थ विज्ञान में कि
Padartha Vigyan name, this Siddhantas are mentioned.
ओके
What is the constitution of the Shastra? How Ayurveda Shastra is made. So based on this Padartha Vijnana, these Siddhantas are made. So the basic Siddhantas, how this is constituted, what is the Karya Karana relation, how it is identified, and what all are the Upadeshas, Nirdeshas, contraindications. So the method of Shastra is to be explained in paper 2. So what is the nature of Shastra? Our Shastra. Western science is entirely different. Western medical system is, they have changed the definition of science itself because they are not exploring the truths of natural phenomena. Biology is different. It is pure science. And other one is they will be selecting one drug, unknown drug. Unknown means they don't know what the action would be. And they are making a hypothesis that it will be suppressing or blocking or masking. And they are giving to a population. And what the population data they are getting, they are making a conclusive statement that this will be suppressing in it, and it will be producing 60% risk or 60% benefit in this much people, and they will be publishing in peer-reviewed journal. Then it becomes science for them. So it is nowhere related to actual science, pure science or applied science. It is nowhere related. For the case of biology only, there is no applied biology. There is only Western system, Western medical system, which is based on hypothesis, randomized controlled trial, theories, and publishing in peer-reviewed journals. But in Ayurveda, we are deductive reasoning. We have the whole science with us. So research methodology also should be started from first year itself. Like how Siddhantas are made, how we are applying those Siddhantas based on Upadeshas, principles, or Nirdeshas, what all protocols are to be followed, guidelines are to be followed, based on what things. In modern science, observation means just observation. You need not learn anything or you need not check for anything. Unbiased observation. But in Ayurveda, it's not just observation. Ityashesha amaya vyati eduktam dosha lakshanam. So, in various diseases, what dosha lakshanas are mentioned, that you have to observe. It is not blind observation, right? So, we are observing with a intention, whether these dosha lakshanas are there or various stages of dosha, sama dosha lakshanas are there or avrita dosha lakshanas are there. We are having all the science with us. We have got Siddhantas, Upadeshas, Nirdeshas, and the tools which we are using is Pratyaksha, Anumana, and Yukti. So we will be Ityashesha Amaya Vyati Eduktam Dosha Lakshanam. Darshanadye Ravahidas Tat Samyak Upalakshayet. So once we identify, observe, examine, and experience, then we will be finding out what is the cause behind it by Anumana. Tad Upalakshayet. Upalakshayet means you have to Anumana Pariksha is to be done. It is not just guesswork. So in modern science, everything is risk factors or associated factors. But our Karya Karana relationship is established. So whatever we are concluding with deductive reasoning, they are truths only because it is made with laws of nature, Padartha Vijnana, which is also proven. So Samanya Mrityu Karanam Vishesha, Hrasa Hetur Vishesha, that is proven. Dravya Guna Karmas are proven. Dravya is proven. Its action is proven. And its mode of application is mentioned. So it is not this Dravya is beneficial in this. When you are learning Dravya Pariksha, you will be learning that Anaya Matraya Yuktam, Asmin Vyathu, Evam Vithasya Purushasya. So it is not in this dose, Asmin Vyathu, in this disease status, in this status of the patient and evam vidhasya dosham apagashyati upashamyati va. Whether it is going to do sodhana or whether it is shamana, and you are checking so many things. Tasmat vikara prakriti adhisthana antarani samudhana visheshamscha karma samacharet. So you have to initiate. It is not like this medicine is effective in this or not. First, we have to go for vikara prakriti, then assess the patient and his status. Yoga masam tu yo vidyat desha kalopapadidam purusham vikshya sakneyo pishag uttama. So pishag means who can first pariksha is to be done. Pariksha of desha kala. It is not environment study. Desha is atura desha. Kala is atura avastha. So we have to understand atura desha means it is with Dashavita Pariksha, and Dashavita Parikshas are also mentioned. And Roga Pariksha is to be done. You have to assess the stage of the disease. Then you have to go for Aushadha Pariksha, and Aushadha Pariksha, whether it is fit for this condition along with food and regimen. Means Peshaja means it is not just medicine. It is a it is what is mentioned for Hedu Vyati Viparita Arthakarina. Aushadha Anna Viharana. Aushadha Anna Vihara. Everything is included in Peshaja. So we are deciding all these things, and in which dose, in which mode, in which form, in for how many days, etc. has to be decided, and then we are giving, and the result obtained by assessing all these things are sure shot. It is not probabilistic. It is not like we are making an imagination or hypothesis and giving a medicine. We are assessing so many things which can happen in a dynamic body, and we are exactly determining the principle with which we have to do, and we are applying. I'm not telling the practice, contemporary practice. So everybody is giving so many medicines, which is mixed, which is mentioned in respective chapters, and they are doing mixopathy. They are and telling that it is integrated medicine, continuing modern medicine, and giving so many Ayurvedic medicines. It is not Ayurveda. It is Taskara Vrittyaha. What is mentioned in Susruta is Taskara Vrittyaha, or Pashan Vaivaswadaniva. It is like rope of Yamadeva. So such practices are not allowed by our acharyas, not told by me. This is told by acharyas, that they are like rope of Yamadeva, practicing with so many medicines. Ajnada Shastra Satbhavan, Shastra Matra Parayanan. They will be knowing so many slokas. They might have got first rank, because Sanskrit is not taught in proper way. So they will be mugging up so many slokas, and they will be practicing with so many medicines along with modern medicines. So such Vaidyas are Pashan Vaivaswadaniva. They are like rope of Yamadeva. So the contemporary practice is totally injustice to the patients, because we are not applying the science. The research, what is being done, is totally wrong, because for a researcher, the qualities needed is entirely different, or for a consultant or for a physician, the qualities needed is Pratiman, Hetu Yuktitnyo, Jidatma, Pratipattiman, Pishag Aushadha Samyogis Chikilsam Kartum Arhadi. So it is entirely different. One should learn Shastra properly, and he should have memory. Smrtiman, he should apply proper principle in proper time, in proper way. Hetu Yuktitnyo, Jitatma, he should be conscious about the disease condition and his knowledge. Pratipattiman, and he should be able to apply the principles in the most appropriate way. He is Pratipattiman. So it is not based on some data or something else. The clinician should decide. So clinician also should be learning continuously, which is not happening nowadays. Continuous learning is possible only if Sanskrit and other subjects are taught in a proper way, and you will be independent. You will not be dependent on something. You will not be dependent on gates. You can directly learn from science, from Shastra, and you can make your own understanding. You can think over that. You can make truth. You can understand the truth by independently, without depending on anyone. That is how it is to be learned. Sadata Adhyayana. Sadata Adhyayana means continuous learning. You have to learn continuously. There is no final stage. So you have completed your studies. It is not like that. Continuous learning is required. Sadata Adhyayanam Vadaha. You have to engage in debates to prove that. So if you are not able to engage in debates, you can write articles and then you can debate by yourself whether this is correct or not. Paradandra Avaloganam. You have to check other contemporary sciences, contemporary literature. Paradandra Avaloganam. Tadvitya Acharya Sevacha Buddhi Methagaro Ganaha. So it will improve your buddhi. Buddhi means your receptivity, grasping capacity, your retaining capacity, your intelligence will be increased. Metha is Grantha Avatharana Shakti, how much you can retain. So all these are possible only if the proper way of learning, understanding, and applying is done. Yeah.
So one question.
Yeah.
Sir, ऑडियंस में
Yes.
से कुछ क्वेश्चंस आए हैं.
Yeah.
उसमें से फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन ये है फ्रॉम अभिषेक जांगीर. What is difference between philosophy and darshan shastra? As motive of darshan shastra is different from philosophy, or they are same?
That's what I was telling. You need not go in detail of philosophy or Darshana Shastra. So you will be deviated from science. So you think of science. Then only you will be a physician or Pishak if you want to become. Such diverted thinkings are the problem. So why Sutra Sthana is mentioned first? Why Nidana Sthana is mentioned before Sharira Sthana? Such discussions are going on. If something is to be known to the audience or students, Acharya would have definitely told, this is told like this because of these reasons. Wherever Acharyas wanted to clarify, Acharyas have clarified in every nook and corner. So whatever is needed only you need to learn. So if you concentrate more on Darshana Shastra or philosophy, your focus will not be on to become physician. I am not an expert in philosophy.
So, second question from first year BMS student Rakesh Singh. Why did you call Ayurveda as a science, not Ayurveda as a Shastra? Why, as PBA is science-based, evidence-based Ayurveda, not Shastra-based, evidence-based Ayurveda? Should we call Ayurveda as a science or a Shastra?
That's what I told. Ayurveda Shastra is applied, fundamental, natural, pure science. That is what I told. So it is science itself, because science explains the truths of natural phenomena. So in Ayurveda Shastra, everything is based on Swabhava. So Swabhava Samsiddha Lakshana. Ayurveda is Anadi. It is Shashwada because of three reasons. Bhava, Swabhava, Nityatva. So it is based on Swabhava. The way in which the bodies respond to external things, the nature of external things, nature of human body, everything is natural. So when natural phenomena are explored with laws of nature, so we will be having Siddhantas, Upadeshas, Nirdeshas, everything based on this laws and principles. So it will not get changed because the nature of human beings are not getting changed. Nature of external factors which affect human beings are not getting changed. So Ayurveda is Shastra. So science is pure science as well as applied science. Yeah. So science-based, evidence-based means what all adeshas, nirdeshas, siddhantas are mentioned in science are science-based evidences. Based Ayurveda is we are applying the logics or siddhantas, upadeshas, nirdeshas mentioned in science. Science is exploring the natural phenomena. Ayurveda is a science, applied science, science which is termed as Shastra, Shastyati. So use Shastra word is didn't make any difference in the application. Other than
Question is
if somebody
it's from first.
outsider, yeah,
Yes, sir. Can I? Only one question is there, sir. From first year, Bhagwan Tejinder Singh. Is there a need of studying Ayurveda Itihas and Drug Cosmetic Act in first year?
actually that's also a big thing. In introductory classes, we can learn Ayurveda Itihas, but it should not be for exams because again, intention, professional course is getting diverted. When our focus, our brain capacity is utilized to learn Ayurveda Itihas and all, we need to know. That's all. It is not for exams. So Ayurveda it is one unprofessional approach, I would say. As per me, it's an unprofessional approach. So after plus you will be learning physics, chemistry, biology, or English, other languages. And when they come to Ayurveda, they will not understand Sanskrit. They will not understand basic principles by Padartha Vijnana or Ashtanga Hridaya. And when they are learning Itihasa also, completely lost. Older physics, chemistry, present Sanskrit and Ayurvedic science also. So they are completely lost. Some problem?
Yes, sir, your voice is breaking.
Sangeeta, sir, you continue.
Yeah, Anshul. Clear it. Anshul.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you're audible.
All other
Yeah.
questions are same. Sangeeta,
Sangeeta, your network issue. You continue.
सर कर सकते हैं सेशन एक का
It was not audible. Louder, please.
सर कैन यू हियर मी
Yeah.
सर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पूछें या ये जो सेशन है 7 to 8 हो चुका है तो ये सेशन को अब एंड करें
You can continue.
ओके सर
Okay, sir, can I ask question?
Yeah.
Sir, how to study Samhita now?
That's a good question because nowadays it's not happening.
Yes, sir.
So it's mentioned as Dirgham Jividam Arogyam, Dharmam, Artham, Sukham, Yashaha, Patha, Avabodha, Anushthanir, Avagachyati Adotruva. So three things are to be done. Patha, Avabodha, and Anusthana. So you are learning a science. So it should be Patha. First learn the slokas. In olden times, it was Shruti and Smriti. By listening to slokas, they have to learn. And sloka is the capsule form. So Sutranat Artha Sandadehe or Sujitatvat. What is that? So it is in nutshell we are getting, and so many deep and detailed knowledge we will get from sutras. So with one line itself, they can express so many things. So that's why Shastra is made in sutras or slokas. So we have to learn slokas. We have to by heart. By heart means you have to recite daily, morning, afternoon, and evening, some 10 to 15 times. If you select 10 to 20 slokas, you have to start reciting all these 15 slokas morning, afternoon, and evening several times. Then in between you are not free. You have to think about that. What you have learned, what you have recited. You have to think and you try to remember all those things. So continuously doing this reciting slokas, thinking about that and trying to remember that. It makes it thorough. So once Patha has happened, then next Avabodha. Avabodha is understanding the meaning. So it is not what the exact meaning, what is written in each sloka, that you need to understand. Understanding is done by buddhi. So what we learn, it becomes information for us. What buddhi understands is the final thing. So according to your capacity, you have to learn slokas and try to understand the meanings from different places, like Shali Shashtiga are Leku Dravyas. But it depends on Matra. Matra Pekshini Pavandi. Prakriti Lekunya Api Matra Pekshini. So it depends on Matra. So Matra, Gurunam Artha Sauhityam, Lekunam Na Atitruptada. So how Matra is determined is Sukham Yavad Vijiryadi. So when we are thinking Lekudravya, we have to decide how much quantity food he has to consume, what all are the Ahara Parinamagara Bhavas, Ahara Viti Vishesha Ayatanas, Prakriti Karana, Rashi Samyoga, Desha Kana Samyoga, Ubyoga Samstha, Ubyoktra, Ushma, Vayuhu, Kleda Sneha, Kana Samyogas Chedi. So with all these only Lekudravyas will be acting. Though it is mentioned as Leku action will happen by so many factors, isn't it? So that is what Artha is. Artha is from different aspects, or from entirety we are understanding the meaning is Avabodha. So Avabodha, and you have to recall the Shastra with Shastra Arthas, and then you have to apply Shastra Artha Karma or Patha Avabodha Anushthan. Anushtana is applying in yourself first, then in your relatives, then in patients, and then the knowledge you are gaining or wisdom you are getting is termed as Shastra Vijnana. So Patha Avabodha Anushtana is the method to learn Shastra. In other place it is mentioned as Adhyayanam, Adhyapanam, and Tadvidya Sampasha. Adhyapanam is also a method, and Tadvidya Sampasha is debating with people of your intelligence is another method to learn. So first thing you have to learn slokas, then understand its meaning, and then understand the Shastra Arthas, and then practice based on Shastra Arthas, and then what is learned is the true knowledge, or it became your part of your body. And it has to be continued throughout your life. Sadada Athyanam Vada Paritantra Avilokanam Tadvidya Acharya Sevacha Buddhi Metagaro Ganaha. So if you continue, so this is just beginning of your studies. BAMS, completion of BAMS is just beginning of your studies, and you have to continue that throughout your life. So this is how Ayurveda is to be done.
So should I ask next question, or it's 8:11?
So one question is there from Janvi Gupta.
Louder,
Sir,
please.
sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear, but feeble voice.
Okay, sir. The question is, what is the importance of Ashtanga Hridaya, and why do we need to study Charak Samhita and Shusra Samhita if we have Ashtanga Sangrah and Ashtanga Hridaya? जैसे अष्टांग हृदय की उत्पत्ति इसलिए हुई है जहाँ पे सारे संहिताओं का कंपाइलेशन दे दिया गया है, तो हम अलग से क्यों पढ़ रहे हैं चरक संहिता और सुश्रुत संहिता, या इसमें सुपेरिटी कुछ होती है कि अष्टांग चरक
In
की है,
Ashtanga
सुश्रुत की है,
Sangraha, I
तो
got it.
ये तरीका क्या है?
Ashtanga Sangraha, it is mentioned as. Am I audible? Audible, no?
Yes, sir.
In Ashtanga Sangraha, it is mentioned as Charaka and Susruta are te artha pratyayana para. Vachane itcha nadrita. Artha pratyayana para means they are only concerned about the objective of what they wanted to teach. Vachane itcha nadrita. They didn't concentrate on how they have explained. That is, te artha pratyayana para. Vachane itcha nadrita. So, Ashtanga Sangraha, Vakpada has made so Anya Tantra Virodhanam Puvishtam Vinivartakaha. So he has removed all Anya Tantra Virodha, the contradictory things he has removed, and Yugani Rupa Sandarbho. He has updated it, and Vibhagena Karishyade. So it has in a different pattern. He has presented it. So in Charaga, it is so many things are mentioned, but they have been diverted from the objective. And Ashtanga Hridaya objective is Tepyo Ati Vipragirnepyaha. In Charaga and Susruta, it is mentioned as in a scattered form. It is not in a systematic manner. Tepyo Ati Vipragirnepyaha Prayasara Darochaya. The most essence of that, core of that, is taken in Ashtanga Hridaya. Kriyade Ashtanga Hridaya na ati samkshepa vistaram. So it is just basics which is needed. So more authentic text is Ashtanga Sangraha, and easy to learn is Ashtanga Hridaya. And for higher studies, you can opt for Charaka Samhita and Susruta Samhita. Always when you are keeping a Samhita as one basic text, basic subject, you will not be learning the science. You will be learning Charaka Samhita only. When you are learning one chapter of Charaka Samhita, you will not be applying that. So, learning Charaka Samhita, Susruta Samhita, Ashtanga Sangraha, etc. are not needed. We need to learn the principles and its application. Otherwise, it will be like we are to become Panditji. We will be learning so many slokas, we will be interpreting in so many ways, and finally, it is not coming in clinical practice.
Sir, your voice is echoing.
Yeah. Is it time? Yeah. Then you can conclude. We will deal with other questions in the next session. Right. Audio is not
So should we end
also
this
clear.
session right now?
Echoes.
So one last question, only last question is there
Yeah.
from one audience. So can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear, but feeble.
Okay, sir. A question from Sangeeta Singh, Bhopal. I am not able to learn shloka. Would be I able to study Ayurveda?
So don't be so adamant. Start learning. So learning sloka is not only the way to remember Shastra, it improves your brain capacity also. Your thinking capacity also improves. Your uh, remembering capacity, thinking capacity, your receptivity, your retaining capacity, everything increases with sloka learning. So it is not something to be avoided. And there are no shortcuts. This is the most easiest way to learn Shastra, slokas, because everything is made in the shortest form. If I wanted to remember the nidanas of Swasaroga, Kasavritya Bhavet Swasaha, Purverva Dosha Kopanehi, Ama Adhisana Vamatu Visha Pandu Jwareirapi. So I got all the nidanas. Kasa can escalate to Swasaroga. Purverva Dosha Gopanehi, if Dosha Gopa was there before, it can also produce. Ama Adhisara Vamatu Visha Pandu Jwareirapi. By other conditions also, Swasa can develop. So this is very easy to remember. If I wanted to remember what all are the ingredients of a yoga, if you learn sloka, it is very easy. Gugulu Panchabalam Palikamsha, Magadhikacha, Tripalacha, Prataksu, Toktrudi, Kasha Yudam Mathurida, Kushta Pagandara Gunmagadiknam. I can remember. So it is indicated in which all conditions. So I can remember easily. If a patient complains of Udgara Bahulya, so I can remember wherever Udgara Bahulya is mentioned. Immediately I can correlate Udgara Bahulya Purisha Bantha, Tripti Akshamatva Andhra Vikujanani, Adopam Atmanam Apakti Shakti, Asanna Gulmasya Vadandi Chinnam. It can be Purva Rupa of Gulma or Urtva Vada Roga. So I can immediately correlate. So sutras are not burden for Ayurvedic physician. It should be a boon to Ayurvedic physician.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I think this is the best advice anyone can get. Sir, as it is not echoing, I'm asking the last question and then we will over the session. My question is, how does Ayurveda biology differ from modern biology, or are they one or same? Also, like comparing basic siddhantas to basic cell biology is right or wrong? Because some Ayurveda legend says that Ayurveda shouldn't be compared to anything, and so whom to believe?
Ayurvedic, earlier I told biology is not applied science, it is fundamental science. So it explains bios, logos, knowledge of life. So knowledge of life is biology. Small difference in Ayurveda, we are learning nature of life and nature of factors affecting life. So we are learning the nature. So laws of nature along with the Sharira. We are learning in Ayurveda. So biology is not learning cell by cell, organ by organ, or system by system. They are not taken out of the body. We are learning along with its circumstances. So how generally the body functions, all the structures are functionally classified. Dosha dhatu mala moolam sada dehasya. So all the structures are functionally classified, and in their environment, how those doshas are functioning, we can understand from signs and symptoms. So with signs and symptoms of health or disease, we can understand how their doshas are functioning in their body, in their environment, in their circumstance, internal environment. And with that functioning, we can understand the structure. So very much applied science, very much clinical science. So Ayurveda is an applied plus a fundamental science with which we can identify the structures also, structures functioning also. In modern science, neurons will be explained, functions of neurons will be explained, hepatocytes will be explained, functions of hepatocytes will be explained. So everything is different. But in Ayurveda, we have, in Ayurveda, there are basics or laws of nature are identified in the human beings. So human beings are identified with their environment. Kalartha karmanam hina mityadi matrakaha samyak yogasya vijnayo roga arogya eka karanam. So we are able to what do we say? Explain health and disease also along with biology. So the general functions of doshas, specific functions in dhadus or srotas, etc. are mentioned, with which we can identify the internal functioning and how it responds to external factors. Everything is clearly mentioned. So that is the basic difference. Biology is fundamental science or pure science. Ayurveda is applied science. Applied science means we are identifying the natural phenomena with external factors, not the cells alone or Panchamahabhutas alone or doshas alone. It is identified with external factors or Kala Artha Karmanam, how Kala is affecting the human body, how food and regimen practice are affecting. So we are identifying the structures based on their functions with their environment. So each individual is different from each other. There is so much difference between two people residing in one house itself. So we have to identify the functional status, structural status, and how it is responding to its environment. Everything is possible with Ayurvedic biology. There is a huge difference that biology is a pure science and Ayurveda is applied science.
So, sir, comparing that basic siddhantas to cell biology.
Because everything is mentioned structurally as well as functionally. We can compare Ayurvedic functional aspects with or Ayurvedic biology with modern things, but modern things cannot be explained on the basis of Ayurvedic science. So we will explore more detail the next coming sessions. So if I start explaining all those, it will take so much time.
Yes, sir. So already we have taken 1.5 hours, and we are ending this session, and I think my voice is echoing.
Echoing.
Now audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. As you said that Pata Avabodha Anusthana, with this concept, I think till then students stick to that principle, Pata Avabodha Anusthana.
So
and
so
in the
it's
next
not
session,
just clinical practice. You will be getting Dirkhan Jeevidam, Arogyam, Dharmam, Artham, SS. Padha Avabodha Anushtane Navagachatya Adosuva. Yeah.
So we will discuss many more questions, because there are many more questions actually. For this session only we had at least 10 questions, and we have only covered 2.5 questions, I will say. So it's a long way to go. Just be with us, and your doubts will be clear. And if anyone has any doubt, they can personally message me, Anshul, Abhijit, anyone.
Echo is not allowing.
So that your question can be taken to the next session.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Thank you for this nice session. And
Thank you, sir.
feeling very happy that such enthusiastic students are so much research. Anyway, I had a nice session. Thank you.
We had a nice time, sir.
Thank you.